Welcome back to Live With, brought to you by Species Nutrition. Visit speciesnutrition.com. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today's guest might just be the next Shawn Rhoden. He just won the New York Metropolitans Classic Physique overall. He's a new talent, and I'd like to showcase him today. Rickoy Palmer, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, you're from Jamaica too, just like Shawn Rhoden, right?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Are you guys from the same area? Do you even know if you're from the same area?
I don't think we're from the same area, but we're pretty close. Pretty close.
You guys look like you could be brothers. I'm telling you, you guys look alike. You got the same physiques too.
We definitely do. We definitely do have the same physique, and he's a true champ.
You sure he's not like a long lost brother of yours that you're not aware of?
I have to check. That's something that I have to look into.
All right, talk to me a little bit, because no one has ever heard of you. This is I believe this is the first show you've done, right?
Yeah, it's the first show I've done. I've never competed before, so it's amazing. I was known for playing football. I went to Brentwood High School. I was known for playing football. I was a great running back all Long Island.
Give us some of your stats, because first of all, the Brentwood football program is tremendous out there, because I'm from the area, and it's well known for that. What were some of your best runs and best, accolades?
Probably some of my best games are scoring 6 touchdowns.
Wow.
Doing 400 and probably 50-something yards rushing per game.
You were really good. Okay.
So I was touching the ball a lot, but I really enjoyed playing football. I also used to wrestle, play soccer, and I was just active all my life. I was just always in the gym working out, as a hobby. So it's great to be able to compete now. Now,
you went to Nassau Community after that. How come you didn't want to go to college and try to play football?
I went to Nassau. I actually played football there. They switched me from running back to linebacker, which I didn't have a problem with. I'm all about winning. I love winning. Yeah. So I went to linebacker. I played as a linebacker. But while I was at Nassau, I ended up having a major injury to my ankle that actually sidelined me for the rest of my career. After that, kind of put me out. I went back to school again, and I finished up, and then I just stopped playing sports. I really wanted to play football, but I just stopped playing sport. But I was always active in the gym, working out all the time, just being competitive in some type of way with my friends.
Now, when you're that good at football, or any sport for that matter, but let's talk football since you were a great football player, and then you kind of have your career cut short before you actually, quote, make it. What does that do for you mentally? I mean, where were you? Were you depressed?
I mean, I was depressed for a while. It was a major hit, because at that point I've been playing football since I was probably 12 from PAL, and to have it cut short, it kind of put a damp on me. I was down for a while. I talked to my family about it. I tried playing for little teams, but it was not the same experience. You just wanted to play in the big league.
Sure.
It's a whole different type of experience. So, but I was definitely depressed for a while. It had me down.
Now, so when you found bodybuilding and you realized you were good at it, that must have been it was like someone gave you a second chance, so to speak.
It definitely was a second chance. The way I look at it is, I love working out, and my wife, she also loves working out too. So to really get into bodybuilding, I always kind of doubted myself, saying I would not be able to compete with these guys. I always had that doubt. And then probably last year, my girlfriend, she decided to compete. She randomly came to me and said that she wanted to compete. So I said, okay, give it a shot. We work out every day. We go to the gym together every day. We do it as a hobby. So give it a shot. So she got a coach. She started working with the coach. And her first show was the Mets, So that gave me the opportunity to actually go to the show and sit down and see exactly what goes on, and if I could really compete with these guys, because I always had that doubt. I'm like, these guys are just too big. I don't know if I can compete with them, Yeah. I mean, I'm a big guy, but I'm like, man, I don't know if I can compete with these guys. Yeah. So I sat down, I watched the ladies go, and I watched the guys, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. Yeah. I'm going to get me a coach and give it a shot. And that's what I did. And I ended up going to the Mets, and it worked out pretty good.
Now, the show you're talking about is the New York State Metropolitan Championships, also called the Steve Stone Championships. That's the big show in New York. I actually won that overall in 2000.
Yeah.
Bodybuilding, yes, just ironically enough. But that's a you do that show, you do well there, then people know who you are. Just like what happened here. Obviously, I know you coach very well, Paul Neville, and he obviously helped guide you through. And he was telling me before the show, this guy's going to win the overall. I said, you know what, Paul? If you're right, I said we're going to get him on the show, because he sent me pictures and I was impressed, and I did see the resemblance to Shawn Rhoden. So I think you have great potential. Talk to me. At age 9, your family came over from Jamaica to the United States. What prompted that move?
Well, my mom was here. My dad was in Jamaica. I was living with my grandmother. So I grew up with my mom and grandma. I grew up with my dad and my grandmother in Jamaica. And being in Jamaica, you're always active. We're known for working really hard. Yeah. So my grandmother, she used to feed me a lot, and I was always bigger than everyone. So when I came here, I was actually bigger than a lot of the other kids, So yeah. My mom, when I first got here, it was crazy because I was eating so much that she wasn't able to keep up with my eating habits. She said that she kind of threatened me that she's going to send me back to Jamaica because she can't afford to feed me.
That's
she can't afford to feed me,
Yeah.
But
I imagine that's got to be very traumatic to you. I mean, you're 9 years old. You don't have your mom. I mean, boys love their moms. Was that tough not being with her, for all those years?
It was kind of tough, but at the same time, my grandmother was there for me. So I looked at her as my mother. She did everything for me. Mm-hmm. She took care of me. And it was still the same experience. So my dad was there and my grandmother was there.
So why did you leave Jamaica though? Why did you come to live with your mom if you were kind of happy over there?
Well, my mom, they figured it was I had more opportunity by coming here. So it opened more doors when I came here. There's more jobs, more opportunities. So that was the main reason why I came here. But
was it a difficult transition initially?
It wasn't too difficult. Schooling was a little bit difficult in the beginning, but after a while, you start to adjust and figure things out, and it became easier and easier. And with the help of my parents, everything became easier and easier.
How many kids do you have right now?
I actually have 2. I have a boy and a girl.
Oh, okay.
An 8-year-old and 3-year-old.
That's got to be tough, huh? Challenging when you're dieting?
It's a little tough. My daughter, she helps me out a lot, to be honest. She helps me out with my little one, but my little one is pretty smart. He runs around. All he wants to do is play with his toys, and I can't complain.
I don't know how I would do it, but I can't do any. I can't even go to the gym with my 2 kids. I can't imagine how you do it.
my wife, she's the one. She runs the house. So
yeah,
she take care of
They all do.
Yeah, she take care of everything. So
we're just
God bless. We're just here, you know.
All right. So you decide, you know what? My wife competed last year. I'm going to get on stage this year. You prepare for the show. What's the most difficult part for you of the whole process, do you feel, since it's the first time you've done it? I know I can tell you my experience, but what was your experience going through the diet? What was the toughest part?
The toughest part is just staying focused. That was the toughest part. As far as the diet, just staying focused, being on top of the diet. And the training, it was pretty easy for me as far as training because as I said, I love working out. I always challenge myself, always push myself. So as far as the training, it was easy. As far as the diet, just being disciplined, not cheating. Thankfully, I have a coach that's on top of me all the time. We keep track of everything. The scale doesn't lie, so I couldn't really pick at stuff and cheat. And coming the next day, he wants to weigh me, and then he's like, "What's going on?" So with him being on top of me, I was scared to pick at stuff, but. I still sneak something in here and there.
So you're a cheater, basically.
I kind of sneak. You have to sneak something.
I gotta be honest.
Crazy.
I gotta be honest. I looked at we put up a picture before and after that you have on your Instagram, and if I would have looked at the before, I don't think I would have seen a champion in that before picture. But the after picture doesn't lie.
You know what it is? I'm gonna let you know right now. That picture that you saw that was me making up my mind, deciding that, okay, I'm going to compete. This was my last week, and I'm going to eat as much as I can. So within that last week of me eating, I put on about 12 pounds, But
My video producer says there's hope for him now. So, all right. So what's the game plan moving forward now? I imagine you're going to go to another show.
Okay, the game plan is, as I said, I'm gonna sit down with my coach. I had the last couple of days off to rest. I took about 4 days off. My coach, he talked to Steve and a couple other guys. Our plan is for me to do the Long Island and then the Long Island and the
Atlantic States.
Atlantic States, just to get some experience, just to get my feet a little bit wet, just to get comfortable with being on stage, and then we're just gonna get right back to training, and then do the universe.
All right, you're going right for the gold, right from the get-go. You're not wasting any time.
I'm focused. I'm hungry, you know?
Yeah. No, well, I love to see new talent. We love to showcase it on the show. Congratulations on the big win. Obviously, you got a lot more coming up later this season, and good luck at the Universe.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
Hopefully, we'll be interviewing you as the next IFBB Pro.
I'm hoping. I'm gonna put the work in. So I'm praying to God that everything work out.
And I'm gonna tell Shawn Rhoden you're coming for him.
Yeah.
Coming for his title.
Don't tell him that yet. Not yet.
Rickoy, nice talking to you and great meeting you, man.
Nice meeting you too, Dave.
It's
a pleasure.
And that's going to take us to the end of another episode of Live With, brought to you by Species Nutrition. I'm Dave Palumbo. We'll see you next time. Good one, man.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you. It's a
All
pleasure.
Right.